What's up? Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. I'm Dustin, sitting here with Nameco. We're heading into week 23 of Fantasy NBA season. So if you make it through the first round of the playoffs, obviously you're going to want to know which teams are playing 3 games and which teams are playing 4 games next week. We have this in our week 23 waiver wire post on the FantasySmackTalk.com. So be sure to check it out so you know which teams are going to play 4 games next week.
Now let's take a look at 2 guys that you should be thinking about adding in almost all leagues, all formats. And the first one's Tony Douglas of the Knicks. He's owned in about 50% of leagues right now, and he's been playing. His minutes have been steadily going up, and there's been now an injury to Wilson Chandler. Before Chandler's even injured, Douglas was getting quality minutes and putting up solid stats. With Chandler out the next 7 to 10 days, and they said maybe even longer, he's going to really fill up the stat sheet for you. Think about adding him for your playoff push.
And one other guy we think's a must-add in pretty much all leagues is Anthony Tolliver out there in Golden State, only owned in 40% of leagues. Now I know it's Golden State, and you never can tell with young guys out there how many minutes they're going to play, but it really looks like he's here to stay. With the injury to Beatrins, they really don't have anyone else, so look for him to play solid minutes and put up good center numbers for you. Alright, now let's take a look at guys you should be thinking on adding in deeper leagues, and we start with 2 scorers in Brandon Rush and Flip Murray. Brandon Rush owned in 40% of leagues. He's been getting a ton of minutes over the last month, and lately he's been scoring a lot. You know the threes are going to be there. He scored 15 plus points in each of the last 3 games. He's a streaky player. It looks like he's on one of his hot streaks. The other scorer, Flip Murray, only owned in 10% of leagues. With Dang out for the rest of the year, there's a lot more points to go around out in Chicago, and Murray's definitely picking up the slack coming off the bench. And the last guy I'm going to talk about is Reggie Williams, another Golden State guy. Only owned in 15% of leagues, but Nelson was quoted saying he loves everything about Williams. He was only signed to a 10-day contract, but they signed him out for the rest of the year, so he could have a good little run down the stretch for Golden State.
All right, I'm going to start talking about 2 Minnesota Timberwolves in Wayne Ellington and Darko Milicic. Now, basically, their season's over. They're pretty much garbage. They're a lottery team. So what they're doing is giving some young guys some run. With Ellington, they want to see what he can produce in the future. And for Darko, they're going to give him about 25 minutes a game, they said, to see if he can step up and be on their roster next year. As far as Ellington goes, he's going to get a source of threes, and he's had double-digit scoring the last couple of weeks. And Darko, he always gets the blocks for you, so he could be a decent block specialist. And, of course, a few points and rebounds here and there. And the last guy on our list is Big Z. So Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Love this guy. He's back now with the Cleveland Cavaliers with the injury to Shaq. They say he's going to even start playing as early as tonight, 20 to 25 minutes a game. So definitely take a look at him because he should be doing the standard Big Z numbers with points and rebounds.
Big Z.
Love him. Man, he's got a little jump.
That's it for this week's show. Good luck in your fantasy matchups if you're in the playoffs. I'm Dustin. This is Brent. We'll see you next week.
Love him.